ala bagaso so fi be fele nata so ko be na be fola bari jandi be pem fola ko ni kalindi folon alquran ko
yes
ha ngami dan sinano je ninga ko mani ko yari
okay
nte Amadou Kora bekal alquran la ko
bekal alquran la ko
be fem fola jam abebe kala tonya drong yamma yo ma ko
abebe tojate baraka
Honorable Chair, I think the oath should have first been said in English and then translated to Mandinka for the witness.
Okay.
For the record.
Okay. So let me go back.
And is he affirming or is he swearing by the Quran as well? Yes, if he's swearing by the Quran, he needs to hold the Quran. But if he's affirming, it's fine then. But it needs to be explained to him.
In fact, that should come later. What we should start with now is to adopt the minutes, the agenda, then introduction of members, opening remarks, and then the oath comes. So, could any honorable member?
I move that we adopt the agenda without amendment.
Right. The agenda is moved and seconded. So at this point in time, Mr. Interpreter will introduce ourselves.
Janneh me dunna kuoto programme to be lafta molle itandira mino be nyim programme kunna
I am Honorable Mali Sise, chairperson.
Omar Jammeh, member.
Professor member. Demonstrate to Banamanim committee.
Well, for my honorable colleagues, I think we'll go by speak English for record purposes, and the interpreter will interpret. But then we can just move on without wasting time now. Now, I'll read the statement. Good afternoon, Mr. Witness, Amadou Kora.
Mr. Kora, urala.
On behalf of the Special Select Committee of the National Assembly,
Assembly la committee toyala.
I welcome you to this sitting convened to inquire into
program to be.
This sitting which is convened to inquire into the sale and disposals of assets identified by the Commission of Inquiries.
Former President la Bagasol ya kinyadi la dunta nyadi la ni santa nyadi la ne santa munel yellen
Into the financial activities of the public bodies, enterprises, and offices in relation to their dealings with the former President Yahya Jammeh and connected matters.
Coming institution ya sanyadi le min dunte tema dunta nyadi le ani yemim waku ya waku nyadi ani yake nyadi.
You are appearing today in response to a summons duly issued by this committee to provide testimony on matters within your knowledge that are relevant to the subject of our inquiry.
Ila bi dalilo minti kumi samanne pour yena mi yemin lo nyinkoto yafo pour committee ya long mun be kere nu ak anaka ta nyadi.
Please be reminded that you are appearing on the oath and pursuant to the provision of 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia, it constitutes contempt of the National Assembly to knowingly withhold, misrepresent, or conceal any information relevant to the committee's work.
Bunda min poteng wo mina yitandi wala mi de wo Gambia la constitution o Gambia la loi fango loi keba ay muna yitandi wala ni follo min ko ya ma bo ma ko ima yitandi banta akamun tay mo abani la andu woto loi kudo sikeno ay woto kudo wuluno le.
Furthermore, please be advised that in accordance with parliamentary privilege and statement of testimony you provide before this commission shall not be used against you in any court of law.
Ila lua kono be bombo lua min kunna koma yeppo min fodal nta ko pour que badande o pour que bula problème o kono because of yemin fodal won ko lela
yeppo gon fodal momo ta tanola kaya sam ke samba kito to okam
except in case of perjury, that is where it is proven that you knowingly and deliberately provided false information whilst on the oath. You are therefore expected to cooperate fully and provide truthful, accurate, and complete responses to all questions posed to you.
Woto yimmi kunna wajibo ke bi ka yoni ka fofenna yoni lonje ya do ko ya fu anyara andu ya explain ko ko ke nyaadi de kala fe nakar.
Whether the question is by the committee's legal counsel or by honorable members of this committee.
Mo ko jan lo mo jan ni yoni ka fembe da yoni lonje fu anyama anin dibide ko labe jan ni yoni ka min na ya long afo.
The committee appreciates your presence and expects your utmost candor and cooperation throughout these proceedings.
Committee kontan la bakela bi janna andu yalon le ko ila bi janna I kontan ta bake andu yalon le ko ibakil anyama.
Thank you very much.
Abaraka.
Now you can proceed to administer the oath before the testimony of.
Let me go back.
Yeah, no. We were supposed to because
oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Whoever is taking the chair, I just want to
I,
Amadou Kora,
do solemnly, sincerely and truly swear that.
Say it again.
Do solemnly, sincerely and truly swear that. That the evidence I shall give before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kora. Thank you. Now I hand the witness over to you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Welcome, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora, mbe bismillah.
Please turn on your mic.
Ela mic ko.
Secretariat perhaps?
Ela mic ko ma.
Okay. Kindly state your full name,
It can be
current occupation for the record.
ani be do ko la min tole. Oy ko ma be ma ka moneto.
Nteto mu Amadou Kora lete.
My names are Amadou and Kora.
Mbota URD Tumanna.
I was born in URR Tumana
Tamba Sansang.
in a village called Tamba Sansang.
Ntela dokuo.
My work is
Nkara business okay and nkara political okay.
I'm a politician at the same time a businessman.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kora. Now, before we get into your testimony, I'm going to put some things to you and you can confirm for the committee. Did you receive a summons to appear and give a statement before this committee's panel of investigators?
Janimbe dula bulala kachafa kono for samono dilale numba.
Ha yadi nale ya sendi na mobile okono.
Yes, I was giving someone through my mobile.
Telephone phone.
Through my mobile.
Okay. And you also received a summons to appear today and testify before this committee.
Yeah, for panang ko bi ite nyante nala janne ka sede yaro.
Ya fonye ka fonye na 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I was told that I should be here by 3.
Did you submit any documents to the clerk of the National Assembly?
Janni kana jam for title sambana ne bankaji clerk la mim National Assembly la clerk. For title dialal.
Hani nims yen saman men na madi alade. Kata be mobile olokon.
Okay.
I did not give anything because the summons was sent in through a mobile.
Sorry, Mr. Kora, that was not the question asked.
Mr. Kora,
The question I asked was, did you submit any documents relevant to this committee?
Yes.
Many kaka minna wala for title someone and Janneba mi along ko nyin committee la program o bakono.
Ha ngo kaito abembulu jang.
Yes, I did that. I have a document with me right now.
Mr. Kora, I'm not referring or asking whether you received physical documents from this committee. I'm asking whether you yourself have any documents that this committee may make use of in your custody and whether you have submitted safe clerk of the assembly.
Ako fo ite kaiti soto ina marioto no ya ko yadi committee wala pour no be bon kisi ro membe keri.
Ha yen nyinin kare nga kaito na kaito na ta nga copy ya copy ndin copy ta copy tu ta jang.
O mana statement
Statement wani wo kola kay man kaito na ta jang.
o ko ko man kaiti koten di ni committee wala
Hani.
All right, very well. So the document you have before you, is that a copy of your statement or is that a document you have brought to show the committee, to present to the committee?
Kaito membe bulu je right now. Wo for the statement on lemba yemi pour
Na statement dolo mo ngamenke.
this is the statement I made, yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora Baraka.
On the day you appeared before the investigators here at the National Assembly, you gave a statement.
Lungo minna inata jang ening investi min ko kisora jang National Assembly yes statement do doilanu.
Ha na statement do kele.
And you were given a copy.
Yes, I was giving. I gave a statement. For a copy dilanu.
Ha a copy dinna.
Yes, they gave me a copy.
After you gave your statement, was the statement read back to you?
Kabri yela statement to di asape for karanne purka ya karinya.
Ya be karanyala jani ba sainda.
Yes, it was read to me clearly.
And you signed it?
Did you? Yes, I did.
Hanga sign.
Yes, I did sign.
And everything contained in that statement, you do agree and still stand by it?
Ye min bebe kaito ko no min sign po ite pango sondale ko ila kuma kangole ngot.
Sonda wala le na kuma kangalo molti.
Yes, I really agree. Everything is from me, or was from me.
All right. Thank you very much.
Barak.
Honorable Chair, I'd like to apply that the witness's statement be adopted and marked AK1. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Mr. Kora, before we get into your testimony proper, you've mentioned that you are a businessman and a politician, but can you provide more information with regards to the work that you do as a businessman and a politician?
Mr. Kora, janimbe dunla kacha pango kono, dino kono. Ita ko imo politician ulti and we business le fana kekam. Lafta kalo ite mun politician sipalti aning anibe mun business all.
Ntela business o nkara atodu nkara na politiko ke na party o puruka na party o da.
I do propaganda for my party.
Aninga nins wafo fananke.
I have also been a cattle dealer.
Because of livestock yemula nins wafo la.
Because I was hired or I was chosen by livestock to sell cattle for them.
Wala akendinga nins kuolong.
And that was why I knew a lot about cattle. I have also been buying groundnut.
And
also some other foodstuffs. This is what I deal in.
Thank you. You mentioned that livestock had engaged you for the sale of cattle. When did they start?
Yeah, for example, livestock nene tale puru ninsiwako. That was in 1987.
And by livestock, you mean the Department of Livestock under the Ministry of Agriculture?
Even livestock jumala, ko livestock member abuko agriculture.
Menketa abuko ila so tumbe bokul pitin street molema. Usmena sisebe director yalaje.
The one that has its headquarters at Bokul Street, where Ismail Sise is the director, or was the director.
Okay.
Mr. Kora, I said, when you say livestock, do you mean the Department of Livestock under the Ministry of Agriculture?
Abe minyin kaka wolo livestock jumale livestock mimbe agriculture koto fobe wala bang. Yes, that is the one I'm referring to. And then the director was Ismail Sise.
Okay, at the time you were appointed.
That was the time they asked me to buy cattle or sell cattle.
Thank you.
Abaraka.
Now let's get into your testimony and the reason you are here today. How you gave a statement, and in paragraph 2 of your statement, you mentioned, and I'm going to read this because you will not be able to read it out for the committee. I'll start with the second sentence. On one occasion, whilst traveling from Basse to Kombo, I overheard in one of the towns that there was a cattle sale taking place in Kanilai.
Yes.
Out of curiosity.
Okay, so yes, go ahead.
Out of curiosity, I decided to go there to see for myself.
Yes.
All right. So now my question is, how exactly did you learn about the sale of cattle in Kanilai?
Namo imolela nata futa Kanilai Johnsonoto ngaje molni ni solbe wala Kanilai otumole mfanan ko mbatu ngata kanilai benye kupoto ngata je jube.
I heard this from people, and when I was coming from Basse to the Combos up to Kanilai Johnson, I saw some people with cattle, and therefore I concluded that there is something, cattle is being sold there, so I went there.
Where exactly did you hear this information?
I heard about it in Basse.
So you learned about this before leaving Basse?
Yes, I heard this from people even before I left Basse.
Was this something that was discussed a lot in Basse when the sales were coming up?
I don't know exactly whether many people were talking about, but I really heard this from people.
Interesting, Mr. Kora. Did you know that the sale of the cattle was not advertised?
I don't know, but I heard this from people.
So when you were leaving Basse, then you were intending to go to Kanilai and not come to Kombo?
No, I was coming to Kombo. I was coming to Kombo.
So you also mentioned that on your way to Kombo, you saw people with cows. Is that correct?
I saw people while I was in the vehicle with some cattle at Kanilai Johnson.
How many vehicles did you see and how many cattle?
No,
Sorry, Mr. Kora, I have to wait for the question to be interpreted.
I saw only one truck and I saw people and cattle and they were going.
So you assume that they were coming from Kanilai?
So for that, yes, when I saw them, I concluded that these people are from Kanilai.
Why did you conclude?
I heard about this since in Basse, so when I came up to Kanilai, I saw people with cattle, so I concluded that that is the reality.
At what time did you get to Kanilai Junction?
If you like Kanilai, what did you male?
Like 1 o'clock.
I arrived at Kanilai by 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Were you driving on that day or were you using public transport?
I had my own car.
Okay. So you were driving and you saw people coming from Kanilai and you decided to drive to Kanilai.
So yes, that was why I went to Kanilai.
Why did you go to Kanilai?
Purkataka Kanilai je, Kanilai tatanye kumpoloto, awa yala watu kono nga muta jamale ke dulalto, kataka yaji abotaje wodiatanye purungata ngajeke.
I was impressed. I wanted to see Kanilai because during last time I heard about the place and I did not go there. So I wanted to see Kanilai, and that was one of the reasons why I went to Kanilai.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Ndada yendindi seli jamala kono Gambia kono nyimako katana mwanje na jamaa bije kusina nyata na kuteke ngomba mfana ngataje
I really wanted to see Kanilai because during the days of Jammeh, I heard about Kanilai. I've never been there, and I was arrested for many times, and I therefore knew that I could explore enough for me to do Kanilai, so I went there to see Kanilai for myself for the first time.
So that's the only reason you went to Kanilai?
Kanilai, Kanilai.
Well, Samba, what is the reason for Purungata?
That was the reason why I went to Kanilai. That was the reason why I went to Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, Yahya Jammeh had left, or the President Jammeh had left the Gambia in January 2017. These sales took place a year after. Why did you wait until that moment to go and see what's at Kanilai?
Mr. Kora, Yahya Jammeh January 2017. Ita sita amanta Kanilai for kabrejim firo satalena ta Kanilai. I have to believe that I can go now. I can go now because that was the time I was free to go there, and I knew I can go now by that time. And there were so many people there also.
So, were you going to Kanilai on that day because you wanted to see what it looked like, or were you going because you saw people that had bought cattle and were leaving Kanilai with the cattle?
I really wanted to see Kanilai first.
Okay, and when you got there, did you see what you wanted to see?
Yes, I went there, and when I saw what I was looking for, and I also met many people, and I also saw them buying and selling cattle.
What did you see that you were looking for?
Ngaji ko kafu ndun ta jere kajebe jube kajela waro jube kajela ko jube data ngata nyirbe misu wa fola je ngata lo isin je.
I went there to see the place, and I to see the place in reality for the first time, and I was going around to look at the place and know the place. I saw people buying and selling cattle.
Were you allowed to have a tour of the place?
Yes, they did not stop me from going around because there were so many people.
Okay. Apart from seeing people attending the sales, what else did you see in Kanilai?
Okay. Ntata nilbenis wa fola ngatari mo jama ba fola jallo ngaje o be sansan kono ni solbe dame.
As soon as I arrived, I heard people calling one son name, Jallo, and that Jallo was inside the place where his cattle was being sold. It was this Jallo who was selling the cattle. Hold on,
Sorry, Mr. Kora, that was not what I asked you.
Okay.
My question was, what did you see apart from people selling cattle? Selling and buying cattle. What else did you see? Because you said you were allowed to tour the place. So what else did you see?
I saw some crocodiles or crocodiles. I look at them.
Okay, what else did you see?
So I saw people selling and buying cattle.
Continue.
When I met them selling and buying cattle, we were next to an enclosure. They were calling Jallo.
Okay, let me stop you here. We will get to what happened at the sales when you got there. So are you telling this committee that when you got to Kanilai, You went in, you saw crocodiles, and then you moved to the sale ground. Is that it?
No, I don't want to
Which question to be
Yes, okay.
translated?
So foi ba ko ka molele ko kabiri de ta da ni bambolje wo ko ta ni son ko ba fula me problem ba.
Ha, wala mu.
Yes, that was what happened.
So crocodiles were the first thing you saw when you went to when you got to Kanilai.
So kabiri fula da ni polo de nyala wala bambol.
Ha, ntamita jame la nga jabe jube kadum konoto kata bambolu be dame nge jube.
No, not only. I saw also the Grand Mosque, and I went inside, and then from there I went to see where the crocodiles were.
Jabe ni amambang, amam finish.
That is an unfinished mosque.
So, Mr. Kora, right before you saw the sales ground, that is the farm, or we'll say the ranch where the livestock were being held, you first saw the crocodile. Who guided you to see the crocodile?
Itara gamen konon ka bambol jibe jumale silo kandila jumale silo yelende jumale sambaje
Momo mon sambaje bawa ni nata mo jama be korote kare bulale yetambi bambol be sila kartan dangalla ni dunda do marako do bambol bi jele nso tange jube.
Nobody guided me and nobody directed me. I was just showing the way, and when I went, the crocodiles were not far from the road, and I saw them and I looked at them.
All right. So now, when you were going to Kanilai, you said you were driving your car. Were you accompanied by anyone?
Kabiri ikata Kanilai ni fansu moto, ini fani mole ben moto kono.
Ah, that driver be moto kono.
I was with my driver.
Only your driver?
It was driver of Madam Maini.
Mo kotel fanan bije, mo do bije fanan.
There were some other people.
In the car with you?
If Pangola moto.
Ha, defanga la moto.
There were some other people.
How many people?
Mojelu?
No, ntani driver ni mo kiline bije.
Myself, the driver, and another person.
Okay, so 3 of you.
Mosoba.
Ha.
Yes.
So after you saw the crocodiles and moved on to the cattle farm, what was the situation like on the ground?
Kabiri tara bambol je foi pareta. Nisoba wonna men wafiro benunje. What mo jobe nyadile.
Ntata mfutara ni solbe dame ngatari mo jama bije.
There were many people there.
You saw many people. Who was conducting the sales when you got there?
Kabiri furata jumala be wafiro kekannu.
Nte jallo le tarje wala ni be wafuro wala be wafuro foka. Mo jama bije bari ngatari jallo le be wafuro.
I found one Mr. Jallo selling the cattle.
Mr. Jallo was selling the cattle. What is his first name?
Mr. Jallo atoko.
Hani ma atolo nga jallo le nyine moito.
I really don't know his first name.
Please describe the situation on the ground when you got there.
Lafta kabari fura Kanilai ko do ke kanu nyaadi le nin so ni mol ya ko mol le mun be keri no pun salon no
Birin do fuka de na tama jallo ni mo ba fa jallo.
Then I arrived, people were calling on this Mr. Jallo.
Our initial price up to 5,000.
So probably I heard him give him prices, and he gave a price of one of the cattle at $5,000.
Not money.
Yes, you can continue. Keep on track.
Then I called Jallo. Then I called him, I told him to come.
At least you get 5,000 12,000.
Then I told him this 5,000 was too small for the cow or the cattle that we are selling. It should have been 12,000 instead of 5,000. Then he was surprised. Then he was surprised.
And I don't know, continue.
But he continued on what he was doing. From time to time he used to assassinate. From time to time he used to come close to where I was standing. Then he will ask me how much a particular cattle or cow would cost. Then I would tell him. Then if I tell him, after that,
mo nata na subi kam fata
Then people were suspicious and they were annoyed.
mo tana bije nata nte karolandi
So they created a distance from me.
awa utuma nte nata wote ka lufu nata utuma nte nata na na file pour kana.
So from there now, I decided to leave and come or go.
Mr. Kora, when you got to Kanilai and you saw the sales ground,
Kabiri fula Kanilai ya je ni solve bapu kandame.
why did you think it was Mr. Jallo that was selling the cattle?
Muna di nate la miro ngendi la ko Mr. Jallo le be ni sol wapu kam.
Non ba ta fukan
People were shouting.
ataba mo ni so kunta fana
He was in charge of the cattle and people were shouting his surname.
That's it. You did not ask him whether he was the one actually authorized to sell the cattle.
hani nani ni kawa ngaji ko public la military de dula de dane nya ba ba fula woto atanya ndo afroka.
I did not ask whether he was the true person who should have sold the cattle. But I concluded that because there are soldiers and people were there and people were selling or buying from him, so I concluded that he is the right person to sell, or he was the right person selling the cattle.
Did you notice whether there were other individuals, public officials, who were also involved in the sale process?
Yes, that happened, but that was the second day when I went there.
Because atakara kaito na ani pa kaito sa fa adi la yeta mo ni ya par gotu mo ndam futa wolima.
Yeah, one was the one, for example, if you want something, he will write on a paper and then give you the paper and then you go and collect or go and pay whatever you want to do or whatever transaction you want to do.
It is Mr. Jallo that was doing the writing on the paper.
You know what I'm saying, Mr. Jallo?
Mr. Jallo na fa kana sa pele. Kaito dila.
Yes, when he tells you a price, when he tells you a price, he will write the amount on a paper and give you that paper.
And then were payments being made to Mr. Jallo?
Joro ikarga ke dali fulewa atudu sarif nyolia bari ngor je lu fulan jangale ko lu fulan jangale.
You have to be more concerned, but I saw no payment on the second day when I went there.
So you were aware that the sheriff was present with his officials?
So
wotuma nata lo sarifu nyali bijele kafi mo dumala bijele because of how many ni kaita mujoti
at the time I knew who the sheriff was, but before I did not know because people were moving and I did not ask who was who.
So it's on the second day you saw the sheriff?
Look at the video man kan ke man kan kenna because of more comfort na yake chochoti utuma na ta tambi jalo ko sarife ko nyambeka kanne mo adi mo ko mambe utuma na ta aje abesiri wulu.
And the second day people became suspicious and then tried to create a distance between me and them, and therefore okay, on the second day when I went there, people were a bit annoyed with me or suspicious with me, and so they were trying to create a distance. So they told them that this man is going because people are not happy about his presence here. That was the time I left and went away.
Let's stick to the first day, right?
Okay.
We will go to the second day after.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm follow.
Okay. Kabro ko handa na nana. Bini lumfa na iba fa. Na monster ka ibota kamfara. Awanden de gato de besele na ndena ta silo mu dan nata.
And before I had brought him not to sell, not cattle, 5,000 instead of letting him sell 12,000. So people became annoyed, and so I decided to leave that day and went home.
So when you arrived at Kanilai and you went to the sales ground, you saw Mr. Jallo selling a cattle for $5,000. Is that correct? That's what you've stated. Mr. Kora, you have to wait for the question to be translated to you.
Yeah,
Do you speak English?
No, not well.
okay, not well, yeah. Ka ko 5,000. Wala na kabring nga advice mo no mang kontan ko. Umpa wala hamoy mo po. Umpa wala pa kanya.
Mr. Kora, do you remember the date you first went to Kanilai? The date?
Lungo min la kalila doning lungo min kali tilijelle mani kali jumale.
Afara molo.
I have forgotten that the day.
You know what we are going to do, Mr. Kora? I think we should just stop this interpretation thing. Don't you think so? Because you're already answering the questions even before I complete them.
Okay.
So do we speak English?
No. I tried. I'm not going to school. I've just tried. If he said something, he will be trouble.
Yeah.
You have to interpret me. So I have to say something is true.
Okay.
You have to wait for the interpreter to
Okay, sorry.
the questions.
I
Because
can wait.
if not, we will just switch to English.
Okay.
Okay. So you heard what I said? You
Yes.
said you don't remember the date.
I've forgotten the date and the month.
You've forgotten the date and the month.
Yeah. I can't remember.
You're skipping the interpreter. It's like you don't need, I'm the one that needs the interpreter, not you. That's what
So I cannot remember the date or the month.
All right, no problem. When you heard the price announced for a cattle for $5,000, you decided to approach Mr. Jallo. Is that correct?
Mr. Kora, kabiri yamo Mr. Jallo kahok niso 5,000. 5,000. Mr. Jallo yes, that was the exact time I called him and talked to him.
So do you approach him or you called him to the side to come and speak to you?
I was standing next to the fence and I called him and he came nearer to me and then I explained to him that cattle could not be sold $5,000 but $12,000.
Why did you think the cattle shouldn't have been sold at 5,000?
It is my work and I have the experience in cattle dealing.
You did not answer my question.
The
question was, why did you think the cattle shouldn't have been sold at 5,000 but should have been sold at 12,000?
5,000. The weight of the cattle and the power of the cattle told me, or let me I knew that it shouldn't have been sold 5,000. It should have been sold 12,000.
And how did you determine that?
It is my job. I have the experience.
That is not the answer to the question. We know what your job is, or you are a businessman and that you sell cattle. The price is the value you attach to that cattle. How did you arrive at that price?
Yes, I have been doing this. I have been going up to Senegal buying and selling cattle. And when you see a particular cattle, you should be able to tell or to determine the cost of that cattle or the value of cattle, looking at the size or the body of the cattle, or the health condition of the cattle, you could sometimes estimate how much that cattle should be sold.
And what was the condition of that particular cattle you saw being sold for 5,000?
Say it again, Council.
What was the condition of the cattle he saw being sold?
Yo, min so min jeyba wafu kam 5,000. Ala haro be nyaadile.
mi woto ngaadi ko añanta waafule 12,000
The condition of that cattle, I knew from after looking at the condition of the cattle, I knew that that cattle definitely should not have been sold 5,000 but 12,000 because of its condition, appearance.
Wani so yin Kenya ben yadi. Mun so mun na Kenya. Wani so na ka buga ne da tan mutune. Ha. Amma ya ke luluti. Ha. A Kenya ben yadi wala condition ben yadi. Wani so drum.
ha wani so drum akeda mun te Kenya ma ko sala wala Kenya ni price of fire wala Kenya be nyame the farm
I was able to know or determine that price because looking at the cattle was in good condition. It has the weight is in good shape. It's in good shape. It was part of that, yes.
And you decided that 12,000 was a good price for that cattle.
So foko wato nyin so be nyame amanya na wa 5,000 but 12,000. Yes.
Is your phone ringing?
Oh, yes. 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 Proceed now.
Please, can you turn your phone off or put it on silent?
Oh, yeah, ela mobile ni sa phone wa yake silence. Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So after you made that suggestion to Mr. Jallo, did he take up the suggestion? Did he change the price of that particular cattle?
Kaburi ko Mr. Jallo ko nyimma nyanna wa pula nyinna nyanta wa pula nyela. Kilo ko mandele numbang.
Ngaji ko tata abitaka ayo safe kaito kabin mo fa asontan le ka fo ngamen fo.
Yeah, Mr. Jallo agreed to change the price and sold the cattle what I at the amount I told him.
Can you please repeat your answer so that the interpreter can...
He agreed to the advice I gave him.
And he sold it for 12,000.
Another for 12,000. I concluded that he sold it at 12 because I saw him wrote something on a paper and then passed the paper.
Who did he give the paper to?
Huh?
The paper. You wrote something on a paper and gave it to somebody. Who did you give it to?
The one who wanted to sell, who wanted to buy the cattle.
Okay. And they went on. What did that person do after they received the paper from Mr. Jallo?
Then from there, after having been given the piece of paper, you will go to where they should pay and make payment.
Was Mr. Jallo the only person selling cattle that day?
Oh, no, I was first day there. But Mr. Jallo, the Malawi was rolling. Yes, he was the only one I found in that enclosure, and he was in charge of writing and dishing it out to people.
Mr. Jallo was the one announcing the prices, was he?
So Mr. Jallo like a price for Santo Burmoliano. But I heard this price from Mr. Jallo, and therefore I advised him that that price was too low.
No, we are now done with the 5,000, 12,000 cattle. For a while, isn't it?
Ngambandi 5,000
Yes, and you stayed after that. You did not leave immediately. You stayed there for a while.
Wala mo funtire yese wonya ma itata jele domande.
Ha ntata je domande bala je mo bina no isla do botaje.
Yeah, I was there for some time, but when I saw that people were creating commotion, I decided to leave.
When did you leave?
Botaje 4 o'clock watola.
So
That was the place at 4 p.m.
that was not a small time. You said you got there at 1 and you left at 4. That's 3 hours.
But women in the jail, Montreal somehow wala keji.
Ha mam mo itel la ni sol wafu la ba ni mo la system mo man taka.
Yes, I was there for 3 hours, but then I did not spend all these 3 hours at the place where the cattle was being sold because I was a bit in contrast with what was going on, what people think of. It was a bit in contrast of what people were think of me or what people thought I was there for.
What did people think you were there for?
So it's a lot of ninsi wa fudala muna na dolia mira ko debe kudo leje.
Abu na so men for wala hakendi Italy.
Because I advised Gallo to change the price, and so people were became suspicious of my being there.
How many times did you advise Mr. Jallo on price?
Mr. Jallo advised for price quote.
Abisinia Sabanyon Silale.
About 3 times.
Abo Silale.
About 3 times. About 3 times.
Only 3 times?
About 3 times, according to him.
Only 3 times?
3 times.
Yes, as far as I can remember, I did advise him 3 times.
That question I asked was not interpreted to the witness.
Okay.
Even though he seems to not need an interpreter, but for the record, he needs to.
Okay.
The question needs to be interpreted to him.
Okay.
Before he can answer.
Okay. Say it again then.
Did you only help Mr. Jallo price cattle only 3 times when you were there?
Mr. Jallo, kabari futale je ya mo abe nisol price of pokan.
Ha, nakala abafoka ning awenfo sinankan nsafa ko ndi amira tenne asita. Ha.
Manfo.
Ha. Yes.
Italy manfo lo men. I manfo lo.
Okay.
Ya Mr. Jallo abari siena jolle. Non solo price on.
Ha, na abisiana domandinde.
Yes.
I did. Because
I did give him pieces of advice for about 3 times or more.
So there's a possibility it could be more than 3 times.
So what I advise as 3 times. Yes, it could be more than 3 times.
Why did you feel the need to help Mr. Jallo with the pricing?
Muna ta bula wokono kam Mr. Jallo advise pour ni sola price. Muna ta bula wokono.
Na bile manya na sonna banko fengolo mo abetala wana wodendo le mbulala.
I thought I should not have allowed him to sold those underprice them and then sold them because it's going to be a waste for the country.
Sorry, I did not get that.
I thought that was too small the price, and therefore I advised him to sell the price, the cattle exact price, because otherwise that was going to be a waste for the country.
Was that the only reason you decided to help Mr. Jallo with pricing?
For recent just Tano Jemia and I tell Mr. Jallo advice. For the Mali.
Among the reason canto dambandro.
There was no other reason as to why I did give him piece of advice.
Did you buy any cattle on that day?
Well, I have never bought a cattle from there.
Why didn't you buy? You stated here that you were a businessman, you're into cattle, cattle business. So why didn't you buy any cattle?
Iko business wala ke andung yega ikanin sango kelonu. Muna yena man ninsi kilin sanje olu.
Kodo tembulu.
I had no money that.
And no decision panamanta kafum bita ninsi sangan.
And it was not my intention to buy a cattle that day.
So that's why you did not buy, even though you went back the second day.
Wala tinna itaman limnin so sanje. But wala the second day lun fulan yaw inata muruje.
Anta tele je lun fulan yaw.
Yes, I went there the second day.
Why did you go back the second day?
My Murta jail.
Pour kataka ajube fira man bije ke jube.
I went there to check what was going on, how cattle were being bought and sold.
That's the only reason you went back.
Well, look for now.
That
was the main reason why I went there for the second time, to see Kanilai and also to witness how cattle was being bought and sold.
What was so interesting about watching cattle being bought and sold, considering you've informed this committee that you've been in the business of buying and selling cattle since 1987? So what was so fascinating about the sale of cattle in Kanilai that made you go back there a second time?
It took over in 1987 in Siwapola and in July. If you are Murta Kanilai, Muna Tina, Muna Murundi, Munkula, Bejero Miran, the point of Murta Kote.
It can't be a Lumato and Carta Lumato, yet I gave you a month and Preta Yekra, so you be Muna.
This is part of me, because even in the rumors I would go and then see what was going on or what do transpire, and then do transpire in a rumor or wherever cattle was being bought and sold.
When you left Kanilai the first day, did you go back to Basse?
Kabari but Kanilai Lumforo, Baseleba.
Not a land nice work on the job.
No, I came and then slept in my compound here.
Where is your compound? In the National Assembly?
I didn't know that number 16 Bokul Street.
You wanted for the question to be
number
translated.
16 Bokul Street.
You did not translate the question because the witness jumped. Assembly.
So I did not sleep here really. I slept at my compound or in my compound at number 16 Bokul Street in Banjul.
Okay, so you drove from Kanilai to Banjul and then woke up the next day and drove from Banjul to Kanilai again just to watch cattle being sold.
So in the Kabirina Lajang, wo fulung fulanya wo ina tabo jang kotike. Kata fu Kanilai. Iman ta fe nak fuka mol jibe wa pula le pirla. Yes, that was why I went, because if you don't go there, you will definitely not know what was happening. Sometimes you may go to a lumo and to see what is happening, when you will not even buy anything. Just go and see what happens in a lumo without buying anything.
Okay. That's a very, I'd say you're a very curious man then.
What was it?
To drive from Banjul to Kanilai just to watch cattle being sold.
Kabo Banjul katafu Kanilai nisi wafo da maure kumbo baliata.
Afa nje Kanilai katajeje wotumo menketa na jareta nye pobela. Nusa date bule moda mbita 9 months or 1 year. Bese non lokono karala won lokono.
In those days, I was highly interested to go to Kanilai and see the place, because prior to that one, I was in detention for 9 months or 1 year without going anywhere.
You are the CRD kana o barbaro bela ni jannete nalo amu nene chamulet.
I have been detained in different parts of this country, and my lawyer used to be Nene Cham.
Kanilai kataji umuna farlo to purunga taje.
It was definitely very important for me to go and to see Kanilai and how things operate there.
Very well, Mr. Kora. Let's go to paragraph 4 of your statement. I will read it out for the record.
So akana min kara ko ela moy ela statement abe na wala karan consider.
I visited Kanilai on 2 separate occasions.
Sinya pula beta Kanilai.
On the first day, I arrived around 1 p.m. and left at about 4 p.m. On the second day, I returned around the same time, but did not stay long because some buyers objected to my presence. accusing me of interfering and spoiling the sale.
Ya don't ba ko kan num fang ngal be biro tinyaka. So waran ngam fana ko mammeje.
I want to be clear that I was not invited there.
Lata mo lo ngil lonko mo mang imbaje mo mang ka ko ngataje.
Nor was I paid or promised anything.
Andu manta de la pour kudo kam.
My
Nobody told me to go there. Mom go pour kataje. Go there. Mom pendina pour kataje.
My presence was purely
Okay, mom lied, mom jo. Thank you.
my presence was purely out of curiosity and my long-standing interest in cattle.
Not mo galilo minti wala. Kanin sola nal la po nin sola. Kan yalo la po nin sola. Anin pour ka jede min be keri.
Now, Mr. Kora,
Mr. Kora,
why did the members of the public that were present on the sales ground want you to leave?
minu be ninja piri dulato wolunga mun na wol man la pite traje.
Prasa mo mbe ni advice kan pour ka fa ko ni ngam ndel miro da deta nedda wala ko wala mo kam fa e man kanke.
People, my presence was a cause of concern. People were not asked to my presence there because of the advice pieces of advice I was giving to Mr. Jallo. They did not want what I was telling Mr. Jallo.
What was Mr. Jallo's reaction to the public's resistance to your suggestion?
Kabring Mr. Jallo ya jako itala taroje mandia mole ate mole ko wara mata nyadile.
Sila among for the paringalo ko umandi ha parinte mal fika fitino so today because of man safe man ka safe when you go kafuba man safe.
He did not say anything, but I know he did not also want me to leave. But I knew I should leave because I did not want to be a cause of commotion at the place.
How did you know Mr. Jallo did not want you to leave?
Yala nyadi leko Mr. Jallo man la piteta. I know because I went with him up to the sheriff, and then he told the sheriff that this man is helping us, but here he is going now, away, going home.
What did the sheriff say?
Sheriff was not a money. They were sitting along the way. I did not know what she said, but I just passed and then went away.
So after that, you just left Kanilai?
So, yes, that was the reason why I left and went home.
On the second day, when you were going, did you go with your driver again?
No, I did not go with my driver. Yeah. I took a commercial vehicle and went there.
You took public transport when you were going to Kanilai the second day?
Commercial motor,
yala bimbo nga moto jida la do tare nga moto tare fo mfutata je so ni moto kilimanta.
Yeah, when I left here I was commuting from one vehicle to another until when I reached Kanilai.
Why did you use public transportation the second time?
Gaswelo so nga expenses la mbulle.
Fuel is expensive and I was trying to economize my fuel.
And the price of fuel did not deter you from going to Kanilai, so you decided to join public transportation.
So Lundo Kabila Kanilai, Isanso la Sero, Isanso la Ko, Martin Naimantaji. Yes, that was because I was on my way from Basse coming to the combo. So that was on the way. That was why I went there.
Very well. What is the name of your driver?
Wow. Say it again.
What is the name of his driver?
Musa. Musa.
Okay, the driver's name is Musa.
because until ka drive phone kara falling de mang
Yo,
drive phone yello.
Keep on changing drivers,
driver,
but I think this one was called Musa.
Ninata o kule.
You did not wait for the question to be translated.
So, ibe ko na yini karo ke ngafo. Yes.
You cannot remember the name of your driver.
No.
So, ito na drive ko yung mga tola.
Because unka drive jamale ta woni sa inte ma metal.
Yeah, because we keep on changing drivers. And that is long time now.
It's only been 8 years.
For scientists say sea level.
Commission ni sa inte ma ni calculate metal.
Yeah,
7 years.
From that time to now is it's a long time.
How come you remember Mr. Jallo, but you don't remember your driver?
Misi kero nyadi le Mr. Ihakilo Bambo Mr. Jallo.
Manino ko ba fokana. Manino ko. Ni aje ngaf wado drive se calculate ke bulu do carfula aeta.
Yeah, that is because this man's name was shouted up everywhere. But then for as far as the driver is concerned, no driver will be with me for a long time. This one will be there 2-3 months, and they will go then out, hire another one.
It's quite convenient that you cannot remember your driver's name or your driver's full name.
Sila asike ka ko tilo man dim ite la drive ko nyina taw tola.
Nyina talede. Nte nyina talede.
Really I am
ko fo atari mem manke ngankali alquran.
Yeah, definitely all that I will say here is the truth. But I've definitely forgotten his name.
So you only remember his first name as Musa?
Musa.
Your driver. Is that not what you said?
Unko.
Question to be translated, or do we speak English?
Okay.
Remember.
Mata dali. Because on kana fani yapo mata dali. Nina ta toji nalede.
No, I forgot it. And I don't want to speak lies. So that's why I only say what I can remember and not the second name.
Okay, what else can you remember about your driver? Where did he live?
From
Mase as well, or from Banjo?
Hani ko ngambira yalu ngafo nyama ngadrive jamale ta. At least nta allo no la atodu menki nimmenki linta je ametale.
I cannot definitely say where he lived because so many drivers went through me. So and it's long time now, and therefore I can't remember who is who or who was who.
No problem.
Okay, I will
Mr. Kora. So on the second day, did you help Mr. Jallo with pricing at all, or was it that immediately you arrived, people objected to your presence and you left?
Mr. Jallo pricing. When as soon as people saw me, they decided to make noise. So I did not spend long time there. Much time I just spent.
Did you know these people prior to attending the sales at Kanilai?
Melbe Sandrola, Melo, but Melbe Sandrola, Mala Meniki because of Mojamala Bide.
I don't know don't know them because there were many there are Senegalese, but really I know they were the one who were making noise because they were buying and selling the cattle.
The public was there to buy, not to sell.
Yes, there were people buying.
Yes. So these people saw you and started complaining that you should leave the sale ground.
So kabere ni mole start ya kuma se kapo nya tabola. Yes, they never wanted my presence. I was also not comfortable with the situation.
Why were you not comfortable?
They could have fought me or they could have beaten me.
Mr. Kora, you really thought that the public that was there to buy cattle were going to beat you?
Ising attack ya mande because of them mo le fananti popular tale politician le mundi na taroje mala abe dimina asike kai I
could have been attacked. Politician and I'm well known. So somewhere even insulting me. So everything could have happened.
When the security officials present?
Yes, there were soldiers. At the back.
But you still feared for your safety?
Say it again.
Did you still fear for your safety even though soldiers and other security officers were there? Mr. Kora, you're doing it again.
Okay, sorry. Manghani, because of employee,
yes, that's true, because I was an intruder and I was not employed. I just went there to see.
Why did Mr. Jallo take you to speak or introduce you to the sheriff or speak to the sheriff when you wanted to leave?
Mr. Jallo, I left for survey. What women I left Takata?
Maybe I'm not I don't know for I got interested in Namira.
He might have thought that what the advice I was giving was really beneficial.
That's it? You are not waiting for a translation, Mr. Kora. I'm convinced that you can actually speak English.
I don't wonder, Mr. Kora. No wonder.
All right. Mr. Kora, are you sure that you only spent a few moments in Kanilai?
For Mr. Kora, you moved on article, what in dinner sort of Kanilai. That was, I spent only a few moments at Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, are you certain that you were not on the ground working with Mr. Jallo as a valuer for the cattle?
Abada?
Yes, no, it never happened.
Because of Malo,
I did not know.
Was that the first time you met Mr. Jallo?
To see him inside that closet, that was the first time for me to see him.
Did you keep contact with Mr. Jallo after the sale in Kanilai?
Mandiam Ferry for Sise Kundanko and Tofo, Watimarajo.
We did not talk, we did not contact each other until when my name was mentioned by one Sise Kundanka on the radio or in the radio. Sise Kundanka.
And it needed
Sorry, can you kindly repeat what you said?
I did not contact him, he did not contact, there was no contact between us until when my name was mentioned on the radio or in the radio by one Sise Kundanka.
When was this? When did you contact Mr. Jallo again?
Mr. Jallo no contact. What I'll do, I'm going to
Cabrabota or telephone. Yedak mo famu. Cabrabota or Namandi am Kotake, Adumanyo Jokotake.
That was I never contact him. We did not see. I did not see him. He did not see me. Through telephone, I have to contact telephone. I'm a new call pana.
No call Kunya, Kilibo Moloma. Cabriwa telephone, a Cabriwa not for Arajokoro. Yenapo Tumol na Adi Amuta and telephone. Yenapo from Kafo Yokobari, it a Dumambo New Pol Kalamai made applying. Sign to the
We only talked to one another or each other when my name was mentioned in the radio. That I talked with Mr. Jallo, and he told me you did not sell or you did not buy, but your name has been mentioned. Then I said, well, I did not, I was not part of it.
Mr. Kora, who initiated the contact or the conversation when your name was being mentioned in the radio?
Kabri from radio. Ini Mr. Jallo, Jumala follow call over Uncle Kakacha.
Mr. Jallo called it.
I was called by Mr. Jallo. I was called by Mr. Jallo.
So, Mr. Jallo, do you know how Mr. Jallo got your number, or did you exchange numbers that day in Kanilai?
Yeah, Mr. Jallo la number so nyali le fo la number le ta fana la number ta wolu man Kanilai ba.
Ala number tembulu mala na number soto nyaminde bari mala number ta adu mala number to abulu. But maybe about number.
I definitely don't know how he got my number. Because I did not take his number and he did not take my number.
So what did you two talk about when he called you?
Kabring ay telephone ali mo ne kacha.
Ngana ko nyamande to fo kafa ko nde firo ke. Ko ni dumba ndema femfen lo firo la poto.
I told him when he called me that my name was mentioned, that I have been involved in this selling and buying of cattle, but I did not know anything about this process.
Was that the only thing you talked about with Mr. Jallo?
For any Mr. Jallo, aliyo drone kachabang.
Na kumoke ta odoronet.
Yes, that was all we talked about.
Was that the only time you spoke to Mr. Jallo?
For what is Dr. Jamie and any Mr. Jallo kachata usilo kola.
Hani nani ne mandi amuke woni bite mamaje.
No, I've never seen him and we never talked until today.
That is not the question. You did not answer my question. My question was, after you spoke to Mr. Jallo at that time, when he called you, when news about the sales broke out, did you have other conversations with Mr. Jallo?
Wo man ken na nyini karo minti wala kabring ale diamuta wo sfiro la kola fo alna ta kachado ko dole altema ba.
Hani namu moja hanimbi.
Never, we did not even, we never seen up till now.
Mambo upepo. Ya vofu wako.
Ha.
Vofu.
Ay ben fo ñu wara mu ñinti ko ñini yete to fo je ka fu ko tele wa fu ko yalla ñu ko ndebe na la ñu na tan tele wa fu ko nya be fola yene ko fa ko ni to ma wa fu ko nga ñolo ne ka fo ndema wa fu ko ba man te bu wa fu ah nga udor ne fo
Kora. Wo awatu ko kacha na wanke.
Hani.
We never discussed about anything after the first conversation.
Please repeat what you said. He answered the question. What did he say?
He said after the first conversation, they did not telephone each other and they did not discuss about anything after the first contact.
You mentioned that your name was being mentioned on the radio a lot. Why was your name being mentioned all the time?
Ya foko e to pom radio tole. Muna ni na oketa.
ba o data je nte dum mo jama yello mo fa mo ha ko fenke lo ha ko si say
Maybe because I went there to Kanilai and I was there and I am well known, any people know me. Perhaps that was the reason why my name was mentioned on the radio.
You must be very famous then, isn't it? Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora?
You must be very famous for everybody to be talking about you just because you went to Kanilai.
Akamunta moli elom bake ela nyin because ela nyin Kanilai tat. Mo janni ay mo idara kana bak.
Before what again?
Yes, I am very popular even before I went there.
Okay. When you got to Kanilai and you saw Mr. Jallo selling cattle, you said you met the sheriff. Mr. Jallo did introduce you to the sheriff. Did you ascertain what Mr. Jallo's position was?
Kabri ita daye Mr. Jallo min aye introduce aye samba aye nin sari polonde. Fok ya ginin karo ke pu atala do ko mun ta ala abe mun kunna min.
Hani mawlon ni la ginin karo man futaw.
No, I did not ask as far as that is concerned or that was concerned.
So in your opinion, when you got to Kanilai and you saw Mr. Jallo selling, what did you think his position was? Did you think he was working with the sheriff or working on as a bailiff in the sheriff's division?
Kabari tara ya Mr. Jallo tra wafurol. Iye ila hakilo mine diga ye mine miracle ye mo miracle abe doko la nun coming man sakunda karola ba fu apa pantu doko la.
Ah, ina ko ka di na na ka ba sekunda ko wala.
I really realized that since he was doing that, I concluded that he was definitely working for government.
Mr. Interpreter, I said the sheriff division, not the government.
Okay.
Maybe you can interpret the question again for the witness.
I mean, ako sheriff division member courthouse. I mean, la mantra government. Ako was sheriff for the world. Sheriff for the government courthouse. Yalo sheriff for the jaka the world la mantra mansakunda. Yes.
Let me just repeat the question. I think that it's easier that way. Mr. Kora, when you got to Kanila and you saw Mr. Jallo in the sale process, did you ascertain? You did not ascertain what his position was. We've already agreed on that, correct?
Kabring etara Kanila ye Mr. Jallo ji. Akan sonda nyoma le ko abe binan. Al sonda nyoma ji. Kabri Mr. Jallo je abe natin si wako. Ako e me al sonda nyoma ji. So that was where I saw him.
Yes. So did you assume that Mr. Jallo was working under the sheriff or part of the bailiffs working under the sheriff?
It was ilambiro mene dila. Po ilambiro mene dila ko. Po mi Mr. Jallo abe sarif le ko no doko la bam ko nyaati le. Ilambiro mene dila.
Mo lande bari ni mo jala afro dal ite ko jël do afro la bari ma ta condition o Kenya.
Yeah, I cannot say for certain, but when I saw him selling, and I really thought he was in a position to do what he was doing.
So by the second day, you knew that the sale was being handled by the sheriff, correct?
Yes.
And you still did not think to ask whether Mr. Jallo was working under the sheriff?
Please
wait for the question to be translated.
Mr. Jallo be sarif le kotono. No, I did not assert or I did not try.
As someone that was volunteering to help Mr. Jallo as a valuer and helping him with prices, didn't you think it was important to also ascertain who was responsible for the sales ground and who Mr. Jallo was reporting to, or what role he was supposed to be playing that day?
It's a time of Kanilai. If volunteer, more may volunteer, Mr. Jallo. Nyanda firla nyina wala nyanda wakula nyinen bari hari gabe dema nyinin karo ke fo Mr. Jallabe sari fo le ko numba imam wo nyinin karo
nte mo nyinin karo ba ngaji ministère ol bije police ol bije nyaja ba wakula woto ala do ko lo.
I did not find out because I saw soldiers, I saw security everywhere, so I thought or I concluded that is his work, Mr. Jallo.
Sarif banan nte aje lunkili.
So the sheriff also I saw him once.
Subsequently, Mr. Kora,
Mr. Kora,
did you eventually learn that Mr. Jallo was not working with the sheriff division?
Oh, Mr. Jallo mantra street division. No, I did not find out. Oh, I did not know.
To this day, do you not know that Mr. Jallo was not part of the sheriff division?
Fokara bila hani for ita malon ko Mr. Foyalon ne bang for Mr. Jallo be sheriff division ne.
Malo.
I don't know.
Do you also know that Mr. Jallo was not supposed to be selling cattle on that day?
Jallo ko nyanna trala nu je wafuro la banen si wafo la. Foyalon ne no.
Malo.
No, I did not.
Even after your name was being mentioned everywhere in the country, you still did not learn that Mr. Jallo was not supposed to be selling cattle.
Oh, Paul, I did not say to me, to me, radio to Beto Poka. Hanikabi, Tema, long Mr. Jallo Mantan, Serifoko, Emma, Nininka.
Honey, Molo.
No, I don't know, and I did not.
So on on the second day as well, you did not buy any cattle?
I did not buy any cattle.
You never bought cattle being sold, cattle of the former president being sold by the sheriff?
Dead.
I have never bought cattle from the sheriff.
What was your reaction when you heard your name being mentioned with regards to the sale of cattle?
Kabiri ye to mo radio to be to pang po kan yin si wa po la po ite o ma ta nyaade mu na kita ila ma kamut ikata nyaade
No, mbanki nyaawo nyama ba o ngalon ko na position be nyama imam bula wa furla man imam project dinna imam fendinna lo ta do ngabila moy.
It was normal. It was normal for me because I knew I was not involved and I was not asked to buy or sell any cattle, and I knew I was not involved. So it was normal for me. It appeared normal for me.
You did not answer the question, Mr. Kora. My question was, what was your reaction when you heard your name being mentioned in the media with regards to the sale of cattle?
Ikata nyaadile kabri ye to mo radio to nyimni si wa ko la karo ikata nyaadile mata nyaadile
Le ba mata nyame ngolo am thinking na dem battle do di BC that
I was completely surprised because I knew I was not in.
And eventually what did you do?
So kabri to na ja ali da muleke
ani mam thinking ko take battle do for BC that
I did not do anything. I just sat down and waited for a day like that of today.
Why? So you did not try to go to the media as well to correct the record or rebut the claims that were being made about you?
Kabiri ya to mo radio bafo ida mang ta radio to waran radio mi ya waran kaiti ki to mi ya kafu ye ke to clear.
Ni media di amta.
Yes, I spoke to one of the media out.
Which one?
Media Juma.
Ibrahim Jara Jol be dam Star FM.
Where Ibrahim Ajara works, is it Star FM? I don't know.
King FM.
That's King FM.
Was that the only media house you spoke to regarding this?
Mo jamal dol nata yen tari ya ka nyininka na suwo kono.
Yes, even apart from that, a lot of people met me at home and they were asking
nata balande pang bawe kantam
about this inada as whatever.
Ngo mo jamal nata dol nata yen tari suwo kono ka nyininka ida bota wala nata balanga because of the amo say kan stack mo fo man.
A lot of people came to my home and we are talking about this or asking me about this. So in the end, I was a bit resistant. I never wanted to talk about it because it was causing uneasiness for me.
It was causing issues for you? What issues was it causing for you?
I muna cosite.
I'm a very cosite. The funa cosite. Bao fuela atodu. Ila fongo betamala ba.
For me, it did not create that much difference for me. But then for them, they were looking for news, and definitely I know they got news.
Is will end up stopping because they are asking him to come up and he does not want to say, much and contradict himself. That's what he's saying.
Thank you.
You were being asked too much and you did not want to contradict yourself. You are doing it again. You're
Okay.
Yes, that was.
Why did you think there was a possibility for you to contradict yourself if everything you've stated here is correct? Or is
nyanto kelale umutala interest le ndala malla fi ala wonya ni nyinga diam ni mel diam is enough for me.
That was not the question. Okay.
Please translate what he just said, so I know.
Itolla interest la woti kan nyinin ka kataja na kabona nya kanaja kan yusudo. Bari wo mu tolla interest. Oh, sorry. No, I'm talking to sorry. Okay.
No, the witness has provided an answer. Please just translate it back to me. So
Ngapo tako tikapo.
Ako komu.
Post the case.
I had asked a question,
You're okay, yes.
which was why did he feel the need, or why did he think that he was going to contradict himself if he kept speaking to different media houses?
I abe nyinin karo bin na wala ni te dia muta journalist jamaay mo jamaay muna fi na te hakilo nyin dila ko woto ni o jama ke ibe ko la janne ye kudo ko min manke kilin man na te o mira
min mo mi ko hakkilo no ko hada madi la hakkilo be nyaado le ma adi te be interest le noma pour ngadi amu ila fonkol ko ko le ken balanta.
That was human nature. This could happen. And I also knew that these people were after their interest to get this.
Mr. Kora, if everything you've said here today is true and correct about the wholesale process,
Wait,
I have not posed the question yet.
Okay,
It will just be-
Yes.
If everything you've said here is true and correct, repeating it multiple times will not cause contradiction, will it?
Hani ya fo sinya jama wota dina le pankunda ya translate mistake na to nyale.
Afaya ko ntele man interest wala.
So yes, I know, I agree, but that was not my interest to talk about this.
Honorable Chair, I think we can take a short break, perhaps for prayers, and then we can continue. 10 minutes, perhaps.
Okay. 15 minutes. Okay. At this point, we will break for prayers. 15 minutes, and we'll come back. Translate.
Mr. Kora, sali fa halan karo si tale ngata sali.
Okay.
Militan lule wala dinna pour nga murna.
Okay.
Ngana kontu. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, minutes, 10 minutes.